2,500 yards, 1.54 miles. And believe it or not, that ain't even the longest shot on record. Modern sniper warfare, it's basically turned into long-range wizardry. We're talking shots that stretch so far, the target's closer to tomorrow than today. So saddle up, because we're diving into the rifles behind the 7 longest confirmed sniper kills in history. Number 5. Back in 2004, Sergeant Bryan Kremer of the 75th Ranger Regiment, God bless him, dropped a confirmed kill in Iraq from 2,300 meters. That's over 2,500 yards. You could fit an entire Walmart parking lot between him and the target, and he still nailed the shot. Rifle of choice? The Barrett M82A1, or as the Army likes to call it, the M107. Same beast, different name. This thing's chambered in 50 BMG. Yeah, the same round originally cooked up for taking out tanks and aircraft. Overkill? Maybe, but in the best way possible. It's semi-automatic, meaning you can fire, recover from the mini earthquake it creates, and fire again without messing with the bolt. Perfect for those moments where you're thinking, did I get him? Better check again. With a barrel just shy of 30 inches and a total length of about 57 inches, it's not exactly something you sling over your shoulder and take on a hike. It weighs close to 30 pounds empty. I've carried toddlers lighter than this thing, and with less kick. But what makes it manageable is the recoil system. Instead of slamming your shoulder into next week, it uses a short recoil operation with a rotating lock breech block and a big ol' muzzle brake that vents gas sideways. Translation: still kicks like a mule, but not the angriest mule you've ever met. The M82A1's usually rockin' a loopholed Mark IV scope or something equally fancy, perched on a long Picatinny rail. You get backup iron sights just in case the glass breaks, which, let's be honest, you don't want to test. She's also got a 10-round mag, folding bipod, and a carry handle that's more decorative than practical. Try carrying this thing around all day, and you'll feel like you skipped leg day for over a year. Fun fact, this rifle wasn't even designed by a weapons engineer. Ronnie Barrett was a dank photographer when he cooked this up. Man saw some 50 cals on a patrol boat and went, yeah, I want that, but for my shoulder. 4 months later, he had a prototype. If that ain't American ingenuity, I don't know what is. The Barrett M82A1 didn't just hit 2,300 meter shots once. Multiple US kills have been logged at that range using this platform. It's been to Iraq, Afghanistan, used against the Taliban, and even helped clean up some ISIS messes. It's not always the most precise tool in the box, but when you need reach, power, and enough intimidation to make your enemy rethink their life choices, it delivers. And sure, some Canadian guy might have set a longer record with a Macmillan, but listen, we're talking about American kills with an American gun. Sergeant Kremer's shot stood tall as the US military record for years. That's a legacy right there. Number 4. 2,475 meters? Yeah, you heard me right. 1.54 miles. That's not just long range. That's call your shot and pray to God range. But British sniper Craig Harrison didn't need prayer. He had the Accuracy International L115A3 and a set of nerves forged in pure steel. Back in November 2009, Harrison and his spotter were sitting up high near Musa Qala in Helmand Province, Afghanistan. His boys were moving through enemy territory, and the Taliban had a machine gun nest prepped and waiting. Now here's the thing, Harrison's rifle, it wasn't even rated for that distance. The L115A3 was meant to go 1,500 meters max. Anything beyond that, and you're pretty much lobbing bullets like it's medieval artillery. But Harrison wasn't just any marksman. He was a calm, calculated, and locked in. He spotted the glint of a radio antenna nearly 1.5 miles out and took the shot. The first round went low, but he bracketed the target. Adjusted. Second round, boom, hit. Third round, boom again. 2 Taliban machine gunners gone. Fourth shot, took out the actual machine gun. That's not just precision, that's poetry in motion. Now let's talk about the rifle, Because this ain't your granddaddy's deer rifle. The L115A3 is a bolt-action beast, chambered in .338 Lapua Magnum, 16.2 grams of hate flying out the barrel. Match-grade Lapua lock-based B408 ammo, designed to stay stable even after it flies half the length of a county fair. It feeds from a 5-round mag, and Harrison was working with a Schmidt & Bender 5.25-56 scope. Crystal clear German glass that lets you see the sweat on a man's forehead from a click away. Barrel, 27 inches of cold steel. Folding stock, adjustable cheek rest. Weighs just under 7 kilos, but when you're setting up for a record-breaking shot, weight becomes your best friend. Keeps you planted, anchored, dead steady. And the finish? Desert tan, because this rifle was built for Afghanistan, not the showroom. But what makes this rifle special, what makes it cursed, is the story that follows it. See, Harrison didn't want fame. He wasn't looking to break records. He was trying to save lives. That's it. But after the shot hit the media, his name was out there. Death threats, a bounty on his head. He and his family went off the grid, moved across countries. The cost of taking that shot? Higher than the range itself. And yet, here we are. Number 3. 2,815 meters. That's over 3,000 yards. That's you better pack a lunch before that bullet gets here kind of distance. And what rifle pulled it off? The Barrett M82A1. Yeah, the same one you've seen in movies, games, and probably dreamt about after a long day at the range. But let me tell you right now, it ain't just Hollywood hype. This thing is a beast, and in the right hands, it's damn near supernatural. Back in 2012, somewhere in the dusty stretches of Helmand Province, Afghanistan, an Australian Special Forces sniper, name still classified tighter than Grandma's secret chili recipe, took the shot. 2,815 meters, that's 1.75 miles. Hit a Taliban commander clean. The target didn't even know he was in danger. No warning, no sound, just done. And get this, 2 sniper teams were locked on the guy. Both fired, only one hit. Still don't know which one made the kill. That's the kind of Wild West story you don't make up. It makes you up. Now let's talk about why this gun even belongs in the same sentence as that shot. The Barrett M82A1 isn't just a 50 BMG rifle. It's the 50 BMG rifle. Semi-auto, recoil-operated, feeds from a 10-round mag, and weighs enough that if you don't skip leg day, it'll become your workout of the week. Barrel, 29 inches of pure thunder. When this thing roars, folks 5 blocks over flinch. Most rifles start tapping out at 1,500, maybe 1,800 meters on a good day. The Barrett's supposed to be good out to 2,000 max for vehicles, not people. But this shot, it went over 800 meters past that. That's like taking a truck off-road, over a mountain, and still expecting to drive it like it's on the freeway. And somehow it did. And don't think it was luck. The setup mattered. The Australians weren't just shooting out of the back of a Toyota with a dream. They were running the Mark II 11 Raufoss rounds. Armor-piercing incendiary rounds that make regular bullets look like rubber bands. And the scope? Schmidt & Bender. High-end glass with a Woods reticle, giving you clarity at stupid long distances. That's not just see your target glass, that's see his soul kind of clarity. People love to talk smack about the Barrett. Too heavy, too much recoil, too clunky for precision. And yeah, I get it. She ain't petite. But precision isn't just about the gun. It's about the shooter, the setup, and the situation. That shot in 2012? No wind, clear air, perfect visibility, and a shooter who know how to wrangle this beast like a rodeo pro. Number 2. Macmillan TAC 50. How far do you think a 50 caliber bullet can fly and still ruin a bad guy's day? 500 yards? Maybe a mile if you're feeling lucky. Try 2.19 miles. Yeah, that's not a typo. That's a confirmed kill from 3,540 meters out. Longer than my last relationship. And trust me, both ended with a bang. Iraq, May 2017. A Canadian sniper, real hush-hush type from JTF-2, Canada's elite counter-terror unit, lines up his Macmillan TAC-50 and sends a love letter to an ISIS target from a high-rise somewhere near Mosul. That shot? It took just under 10 seconds to land. I can't even microwave my coffee that fast. And the guy who pulled the trigger? We still don't know his name. Canadian Special Forces keep things tighter than my jeans after Thanksgiving dinner, but the Canadian government did confirm it. Video and GPS backed it up, and even Prime Minister Trudeau gave it the old polite thumbs up. The Macmillan TAC-50 isn't just a rifle, it's a shoulder-fired warhammer. This beast of a bolt-action fires 50 BMG big boy rounds, the kind that just don't ask you to leave, they evict you from existence. It's got a 29-inch barrel, bolt smooth as Tennessee whiskey, and a range that laughs in the face of physics. Nominally, 1,800 meters. But clearly, someone forgot to read the manual, because this beauty just pulled off nearly double that. Now before you start dreaming of making your own 2-mile shots in your backyard, let me pump the brakes. This wasn't luck or a miracle. This was science, skill, and some serious calculations. At that distance, you're not just fighting gravity, you're arguing with the rotation of the Earth, wind drift, humidity, and every mosquito in the Middle East. Ballistics this complex would make my high school math teacher cry. Also worth noting, this ain't the TAC-50's first rodeo. Back in 2002, 2 other Canadian snipers, Furlong and Perry, also made history with this exact model, 2,430 meters and 2,310 meters, respectively. That makes 3 record-breaking kills by Canadians using the same rifle. What's in their maple syrup? Precision? And look, y'all know I love a good old-fashioned American boomstick, but I gotta tip my hat when I see craftsmanship like this. The TAC-50 is proof that with the right hands, the right math, and one hell of a rifle, you can reach out and touch someone from another postal code. Number 1. Ukrainian sniper, Viacheslav Kovalskyi. 3,800 meters. That's not a typo. That's not a late-night exaggeration from your uncle at the range. That's a confirmed sniper kill, clocked in at 2.36 miles, and folks, that ain't just a shot. That's a statement. And the man who made it? A 58-year-old Ukrainian sniper named Viacheslav Kovalskyi, former businessman turned long-range reaper. The man pulled off what is now officially the longest confirmed sniper kill in recorded history. Let me say that again. Longest confirmed sniper kill ever. Now I've made some shots in my day, some clean, some messy, and one that bounced off a frozen turkey, but nothing, and I mean nothing like this. This shot took 9 seconds to reach the target. 9. That's enough time to microwave a burrito or regret your life decisions. In that time, the bullet had to fight gravity, humidity, shifting winds, and the literal rotation of the Earth. No exaggeration. We're talking the Coriolis effect, when Mother Earth herself tries to mess up your aim. And the tool that made all this happen? Buckle up, because this ain't your daddy's deer rifle. It's called Horizon's Lord, or Volodar Obryu in Ukrainian. Built in Ukraine, chambered for a Frankenstein cartridge called the 12.7 by 114mm HL, this rifle was born for one thing: extreme range precision. The cartridge? It's basically a 50 BMG shoved into a necked-down 14.5 by 114mm case. Think of it as feeding a V8 engine some jet fuel and daring it to stay on the track. It's got way more powder than a standard 50 BMG, giving it a flatter trajectory, better velocity, and the kind of downrange punch that turns enemy officers into statistics. And speaking of that officer, yeah, the target at 3.8 kilometers, he was a Russian commander giving orders in the Kherson region. Kovalskyi and his spotter spotted him barking commands and decided to send a little Ukrainian hello. First shot missed. Wind calculation was off. 60 meters wide. Happens even to the best, but here's what separates a hobbyist from a legend. Second shot. Adjusted and boom. 9 seconds later, target down. Right to the chest or gut. Either way, Kovalskyi said it himself. There's no chance he survived, and I believe him.